Welcome back to Hops at Home Holiday Bootcamp. We have gone through setting up a tree, lighting a tree, adding ribbon to the tree. The next thing we're going to look at is how to put ornaments on the tree. Now, a few things about ornaments before we get started is I always do a few things before I get my ornaments on the tree. First things first is I remove all of the caps of my ornaments, put a little bit of hot glue, and put them back on. Yes, it's time consuming. However, it's going to avoid glass ornaments from falling and shattering if they come loose. And I also pre-wire all of my ornaments. And to wire an ornament, it's very easy. All you do is stick the same floral wire we used for our bows and our ribbons. You stick it through the loop on your ornament, make an upside down candy cane, pinch it very tightly, and then twist. But again, we've already done that, so we don't need to do that again. When I'm decorating a tree, if it's monochromatic, meaning all one color, I use laundry baskets from the dollar store, and I'll put all my large black or whatever color ornament in one bin, medium in another, small in another, because I'll work from small to large so that the scale makes sense. When I'm working with multiple colors, if I don't have enough baskets, I like to have all my ornaments out at the same time, so I'll put all the same color in one basket and work that way. I'll just pick and choose from the basket what ornament I want on the tree. It helps make my decision a bit better, a bit easier. The other thing is I like to incorporate clear ornaments usually in my tree. And the only reason why is I'll put them in deeper into the tree and they'll help reflect the light outwards. So you can buy clear ornaments at a variety of places. I got these from Michael's, I believe they're Make Market, and they're plastic round iridescent, and they really do a great job at reflecting light, as do the glass ornaments. These are also from Michael's, and these were only $13 Canadian, $10 US last year. And I was able to get them at 40% off, usually using a coupon, or they had buy one, get one. So always take advantage of those sales because they don't always have them after the holidays. So I am going to this one is not hot glued because I just took it out of the box as you saw. But with these, it doesn't matter how big they are. I tend to use all the same size. You can buy larger ones. If you do have different sizes, then put your larger ones at the bottom inside the tree. But these medium ones, I'm going to use at the top and inside. I'm just going to go deep within the tree, pushing my branch down and then coming and again wrapping around clockwise. Deep in the tree, you can't even really see it, but the reason why I do that is, again, it's going to help reflect the light. The other thing that will help reflect the light are these glass or acrylic jewels. They're plastic. They have a mirror on the back side. So the back side is finished with a metallic finish. It's mirror on the inside at the back and then clear on the top. So it helps reflect the light as well. These are also wired. This guy I got off of Temu. You can get them also at Michael's, and Hobby Lobby has this type as well. So I'm just going to use this guy. It's a little bit bigger. Again, same thing. I want to get him a bit deeper into the tree. Finding a branch to secure it to and wrapping it around a few times. That's going to help reflect light onto the tree when it's turned on, and it'll help add a little bit of glitter and sparkle to your tree as well. Now for ornaments. I like to use a variety of finishes in my ornaments because it adds interest to the look of the tree. So I will buy ornaments wherever I can find them as long as the quality seems decent. I have found some great quality ones off of Temu. Others I've gotten from Hobby Lobby, Michael's. you name it. This actually came from my dollar store. So it is a textured ball ornament. Kind of has like a beach ball pattern to it, I guess. Some of it's glitter, some of it is metallic. Very reflective. I like the reflectiveness of ornaments. And because it's a larger ornament, we're going to stick it at the bottom of the tree. So again, I'm going to go in, I'm going to find a branch, and I'm going to wrap it around clockwise a couple of times, and I want it attached to the branch. I don't want it hanging too low. And I'm going to move around and basically try and make it look symmetrical without looking symmetrical. So I've got one here, I might put another one here, one up here, and then move on to a different ornament or different size. Again, use what you have at hand, use what you can afford, and namely, there's no right or wrong. As long as it looks good to you, then it's perfect. Sticking with ornaments and finishes, I have these red velvet ornaments. These, I believe, are from Michael's. And again, you're just going to find a branch that you want to connect it to. Make sure it's up tight and in there. And then the last thing you want to do is take note. I'm going to use this glass one, also clear glass. It would reflect light just as well as that iridescent one we stuck in the tree. But what I want to point out here is if this was a longer finial type ornament, you wouldn't want to stick it inside of the tree. A longer finial type ornament, you're going to want to stick at the end of a branch. And again, just keep it close to the branch, wrap it around a few times. And you want to have enough room also between where it's hanging and below it so that it hangs from the tree and adds a lot of dimension. And that's it. Those are my tips for hanging ornaments on a tree. With the exception, so my themed trees tend to have a lot of ball ornaments on there. And same thing when I decorate my two main trees, my DC and my Disney tree. I do use ball ornaments to fill them, but then I've got those heirloom ornaments that are characters or special memories. Those are okay to put on a tree as well. It doesn't take away from the overall appearance of your tree. A lot of people think that those types of ornaments aren't as classy because you don't really see them in display trees often, and that's what we tend to associate with high-end Christmas trees. But you can have that high-end look at home without foregoing those special ornaments. Again, it's whatever makes you happy. So I hope you learned something about hanging ornaments on a tree. That is it for this lesson of Bootcamp. We are going to move on to our final lesson, which is adding foliage to our tree, and that'll round out Holiday Bootcamp. So I didn't mention it in other videos. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click that bell notification to let you know the next time I post a video. See you soon.